Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Ms.GameAndCraft, and today I am crafting a dice tower with a mimic from the series Dark Souls. So to get started, I took an old panko can and I cut the top and I cut a little hole here at the bottom, and I start to glue in some inserts on the top and in the middle of it to kind of help so when the dice go through it, they can bounce around. I put it on an old picture frame and I put some red felt down at the bottom to kind of cushion the dice as they hit the bottom. Here I'm just taping some aluminum foil to bulk out the can. I taped it all down and I'm using some air dry clay to kind of just give a solid foundation and base for the dice tower. I keep wetting the clay to kind of smooth it out. I kind of wanted a smooth texture so when I go later to apply the glitter, it will stick very nicely. Next, I'm going to be working on the actual mimic itself. I'm cutting some little wooden planks that I have and I'm gluing them together kind of to give me a nice chest. I used a Dremel to sand down any of the rough edges that I had. Here I am taking some foam that I'm cutting small strips on to add some dimension to the chest. It's pink, but later on I'm going to paint over it anyway, so you won't be able to see it. The foam had a sticky side, so I could just literally stick it right onto the chest. And I'm using an X-Acto knife to kind of mark out all the extra little details that I want to add. So I do want the chest to be able to open and close, so I have some small hinges here that I am gluing on with some extra hold glue that I'm attaching to the top and the bottom of the chest. So prior to this clip, I made these small white little teeth that I'm inserting now into another small piece of clay, which I'm going to bake. And after I baked them, they were a little too white, and I wanted them to look a little grungy, so I just dulled them down with a watered down brown paint. Next, I want my mimic to sit on a pile of gold, so I'm making small little coins. I made my own little teeny imprint tools to kind of texture the coins. And here I had a quarter, and I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if they had like texture on the sides, but I only did that to a few of them because it took way too long. Here I just put all the coins in a cup, and I dumped some yellow paint in to quickly paint it. So here I'm working on the mimic's tongue. I wanted it to look super long and creepy, so I used some aluminum foil to bulk it out. Here I just cover it up with some white clay. I put the stripe down the middle, and I use a multitude of different tools to kind of give the tongue some texture, make it look like a real tongue. I finished it off with a red paint, and I used a little bit of black and brown to kind of make it a little more gross later on. So here I am making the hands of the mimic. I have already made one, as you can see, but what I did was I took some wire, I wrapped it a couple times, I made 5 separate pieces so all of my fingers could be opposable. I kind of squished it in between a sheet of clay, and I slowly cut it out and kind of made each finger. I did this that way I could oppose them any way I wanted. I kind of wanted the hands to be different from each other. I didn't want them both to look exactly the same. But here I just cut out in between each of the fingers, and you'll see me kind of round out each finger. So I took a little ball stylus and I just go in to kind of mark out all the little details in the hand. So back to the chest. I started off with a nice dark brown base coat to cover the entire chest. I painted the tower yellow, and I was going to put gold glitter on after, but it was a little too bright, so I did a gold coat after that. And here is some Mod Podge that I'm generously applying, and I sprinkled on some gold glitter. I did this all over the whole thing, and I sealed it in with another layer after that. The mimics in Dark Souls have a small chain that hangs off the side, and it's actually a way you can tell them apart from the actual safe chests. I just wanted to include that small detail on the side of mine. I'm going on and I'm completing the rest of the arm. I have a wire in those too, just to give it a little more support. I wanted to put a small shackle on one of the hands, which I am doing here. Lastly, I glued the chest on using some extra strength E6000 glue. Same with the tongue, right on the front. Here, I am tediously attaching each tooth. I don't show you the whole thing because it took way too long and the glue was just not behaving the way I wanted it to. After that, I attached both of the arms and I added a gloss varnish to the tongue, kind of give it that wet look. Lastly, I finished off the project with some gold coins to go around the top and the perimeter. I wanted to thank everyone for watching my video today. I decided to switch things up and try a voiceover. I noticed that my videos weren't doing so hot and I thought maybe hearing my voice would maybe encourage new viewers to watch my videos. Thank you so much for watching my video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content and comment things that you want me to make because I will make them. Anyways, thank you guys so much. See you next time.